so we're in the first week of December. We are fast approaching the Christmas season, or, sorry, I used an archaic term, the Xmas season.
You must be using an archaic pronunciation, like when you say ask instead of axe.
For anyone who knows me personally knows I don't particularly care for Xmas. I don't hate it per se, it's just I'm indifferent, I'm not religious. In fact, I'm an atheist, so I don't have that side. And in terms of cultural celebration, I'm a nurse, I work. I have it off this year because it's my day off. I've never taken it off as a holiday. And my father was a firefighter, he never took it off either, so it's just another day to me. But by the end of it, it probably seems like I hate it because it's an insistent holiday and people just won't leave you alone. Anyway, so that's it. I've been thinking about Xmas presents because my usual go-to is homemade tomato relish, but the price of tomatoes has skyrocketed lately, so I'm kind of looking for maybe some alternatives. And I was thinking maybe some homemade whiskey fudge. Now, unfortunately, my batch today is a bit of a failure. It's quite more runny than it should be. It's more of a fondant texture than a fudge texture. I even reboiled it. Unfortunately, my problem seems to be, and I know it's a poor tradesman that blames his tools, my problem seems to be because I'm using a full hot plate, just couldn't quite get it hot enough. I must admit I've erred on the side of caution because I don't want to go too far the other way and overcook it so it crumbles. So I'm going to try again maybe over the next couple of weeks. I'll let you know how it goes. So today I'm just going to concentrate on the taste because the taste is going to be there. It's just the texture. I just couldn't get it evaporated enough to fully set. So I thought it was getting that way, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so it's a relatively simple recipe. It calls for 2 cups of sugar, a tin of condensed milk, 50 grams of butter, 150 mils of normal milk, and 4 tablespoons of whiskey. I chose the lemon side because it's a nice cheap whiskey. I don't have to tap into my top shelf expensive stuff, but it has a nice strong flavour. So you add the sugar, the milk, condensed milk, and butter to a saucepan. Bring it up to a medium heat, and then stir until the sugar has fully melted, and then you bring it up to a boiling heat, and then you reduce and let cook on a gentle heat for 15 minutes. I strongly suspect my problem here was I erred on the side of caution, and we probably didn't cook it long enough and needed on the portable hot plates. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, so long as the taste is there, it doesn't really matter. So after you do that, then after you've cooked the boiled for the 15 minutes, the recipe calls for using a candy or baking thermometer, which I don't have, and it suggested a method of taking a little scoop, dipping it into cold water and simmering it on the ball, which I did, and it kind of worked. Obviously, I need a slightly more firmer ball than what I was achieving. And then you let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes to cool. And then you add the whiskey, and then you really got to stir it in until it sort of starts to go really stiff. Which again, I did. And then you pour it into a baking tin with some baking paper. And let it sit for about 2 hours until it's set. And I actually let it sit overnight, and it just did not set properly. I reboiled it this morning with a little bit of water so it wouldn't burn. Like I said, I actually got it in harder temperature, but just at the end, it's still a failure. So like I said, this is it. This is my fudge. Like I said, it's edible. That's the important thing. It just needs a little bit more set. So let's taste it and see how we go with the whiskey taste. Okay, that's good. Nice strong whiskey flavour. Now I probably would have lost a little bit with the reboiling, or lost some of the whiskey essence, but yeah, taste-wise, I can't fault it. It's just going to be a matter of trying to peak it to get the right thing. So I'll give it another go over the week and see how we go. So until next week, Sancho.